Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is Monday, so we are continuing our Lord of the Rings series, which doesn't end here because we are also watching the 3 Hobbit movies, which I've heard are hard to watch, so that'll be fun. But yes, this is the 3rd installment. We watched The Fellowship of the Ring on the 12th, The Two Towers on the 19th, and today, on the 26th of April, we are going to be talking about The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King was released in 2003. It was written by Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, and Peter Jackson, and it was directed by Peter Jackson. So, this is the 3rd installment, and let's go over my brief thoughts on the first 2. No spoilers on anything, okay? First one, the Fellowship of the Ring. I really liked that one a lot. It's definitely my favorite one. I liked it a lot. A lot of character development, a lot of fun, and a lot of fantasy stuff that didn't feel in-your-face fantasy, which is nice. The Two Towers I thought was really slow and honestly not very good. I think it might have been overhyped because it is just a bridge between that one and this one, the first one and this 3rd one, which kind of sucked. And now this one, and I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching it more than the Two Towers, that's for sure. And the big battles were all really, really well done. Leading up to the big battles were kind of hard to watch. I think the coolest part of this movie, inarguably, is the giant spider, which no one told me about. I'm horrified of spiders. I don't like them at all. Whenever I see one, I'm like, we're moving out. And there's this giant one in this movie, and no one told me about it. I was like, it was so scary. It was well done. It really was. It made me want to leave. It was great. And it was a long sequence, too. And it was really, really cool and really well done. So good for that, because it's hard to do that kind of thing. I mean, they had Aragog in the Chamber of Secrets, and that was also 2002, so that was the year before this. And although I think Aragog looked better, this was more active, right? Because Aragog just kind of sat there. But this one was like, yep, spin, 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 which was kind of cool. I mean, it was nice to see. Also, probably pretty hard to film, because if you think about it, they filmed this in 2000 to 2001-ish, right? They filmed all 3 of them in a row. So that means that they had to film this before 2003 when they edited it. And the editing systems could be different by then. I mean, there's a lot of things to think about there. But really, really well done. I really did like it a lot. I'm not going to talk about any of the acting here today, mainly because I want it to be a short video, and also because we already talked about them in my previous videos. So if you're interested in talking to you about the acting and stuff, we have them in the other videos. In the Fellowship of the Ring, I talked about Frodo and all of them, all the main good characters. In the Two Towers, I talked about Aragorn and Legolas, so if you guys like those two, check that one out. Overall, really, really solid. I did like a lot of the performances. I think they were all really solid. I liked the whole ending thing. I don't really care about the whole undead army thing. That kind of felt a little overdone, particularly because it didn't really help at all in the final battle, so I was like, that was a lot of wasted time. Like, that could have been something like in the extra whatever, the extended version. I didn't watch that one. I watched the regular one because I'm not that big of a nerd yet. In the future, I may watch the extended versions, but not right now. I don't have time for that. But overall, yeah, a really solid movie. I did like it a lot. There are still issues. Like, I do think it is still pretty slow, like most of the other Lord of the Rings movies. They're hard to pace because it's such. If you read the book, it also is slow paced because it's so thick, full of like them walking and stuff. And like there's a lot of good interactions along the way, which I think is nice. I think that it could have been done really like a lot worse. And I am anticipating the new Amazon series, and I am nervous for it because I don't know how well it's going to go. Because Peter Jackson here obviously knows what he's doing with the source material, and it seems really well. I can't speak for whether or not it is a good representation of the books because I have not read them, and I probably will not read them because I tried before, and they're just really dry and really long, and it's not for me. I don't really like books that build their own worlds. It's hard for me to comprehend that. I don't have the attention span to like look into all of that kind of stuff, read like the Silmarillion and all that kind of stuff. Mainly because I have ADHD, and I'm like, okay, that's a lot of world-building stuff, which is hard for my brain to comprehend. But it's a really solid movie. I liked it a lot. It is on HBO Max if you guys want to give it a check out. It is a little long, so make sure you budget your time. But I'm going to go ahead and give The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, an A. I think an A is good. I don't think it's definitely not an A+. It's not that good, but it is pretty fun to watch and really, really good. It's not an A-, but I did like it better than The Two Towers, by quite a good margin. And if I do return to watch any of them, I'll probably return to watch The Fellowship of the Ring. But thank you guys so much for watching this. We're continuing the series next week with An Unexpected Journey, which is The Hobbit, and then The Desolation of Smaug on the 10th. On the 17th, we're watching Saw 5, because we're watching all the Saw movies in a row. And then we have the Battle of the Five Armies on the 24th of May. So make sure you guys are following along and watching along with me. I'm excited to watch them, and I hope you guys are too. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.